Are you part of a particular group, or are you?
Part of the steering group that did the parish plan survey. Okay. And the survey said, we want Dungeons and Dragons, we want all these different groups, and we went, they already exist. So, let's have a day where we invite all those groups in and tell everybody that they exist. So, it was Mary's idea, who sat by the door.
Are Dungeons and Dragons there then?
Yeah, they're in the corner there.
Yeah, I started it when my kids went to university, and I said, their friend said, oh, we won't be able to play anymore, and I rather foolishly said, don't worry, I'll start a club. So it happened, took a couple of years, but there's about 20 of everyone turned up, so it's not too bad. We've got capacity for 30, so I can recruit a few more today, hopefully. But the trouble is the noise. We've got 3 groups, and it's a fairly noisy thing. So, but who knows? You know, we range. I think I've had to up the age from 16 because I think the rule has changed on the old CB, DBS or whatever it was. I think it's 18 now, which I checked that up this morning. But we range sort of up to 40s, 50s, 60 in age, so it's a good spread from sort of.
Well, I'm in my mid 50s and I used to play, so yeah. I mean, there were always people older than me. So.
Yeah. So we shall see who. I might not get anyone, but we shall see. So I've just got a representative. I haven't set it up yet. You know. I'll have a few bits of scenery, and I've got some creatures here. So I mean, do you do? It's just Dungeons and Dragons. There's no other. Well, it is gaming. No, it is. I mean, we do the odd game when there's not enough people to make a group up or something. But I did wonder that. I thought, should I call it a gaming club? But
you might have people turning up with a Monopoly.
Well, yes.
Not be what you want.
No, and I think it took a couple of years to get established, but they've also crept out of the woodwork and
as we do,
and gradually sort of built up. So there's a regular three tables worth with about 5 or 6 people on each table. So and as you know, it's quite a noisy game. So
the Coleford Theatre Groups have been running for a good number of years. It was started down the church hall with some small plays, and it gradually grew bigger. Our first major production would have been Oliver, which was staged, first one we staged here, followed by My Fair Lady, and a number of musicals. Since then we've put on pantomimes nearly every year. We also do a murder mystery the last few years, partly as fundraising, but partly so that we're doing 2 shows a year. And we always welcome new members. We have members ranging from about 10 to about 80. You might guess I'm one of the older ones.
There was a mothers' union in Coleford, probably, I was going to say 60 years ago. If there's no mothers' union, you can't have young wives. So it then went to Women's Fellowship, and then that sort of disbanded because it got less people. And then at Douglas Shades there was one called Physically Handicapped and Able-Bodied, which is, I just went to do the teas. That was disbanded by the council. And then it just started informally as a Tuesday afternoon club and got bigger. And we now come up here. So it's speakers, outings, which is all on here. And it's a really nice group. And I'll put that on the table in a minute. That's some of the comments by the members.
So it's kind of getting people to, specifically women, or is it?
No, we get 3 or 4 men. Basically, most people's over 65. But at the moment, a lot of people can't get here because they can't walk up here. Since COVID, it's knocked everybody back, really. But we do normally 4 trips a year, but this year we're going to do 6. And otherwise, it's speakers, lots of different interests when you're older, and people don't think that you can be interested in lots of things. So,
Conservation volunteers have been working at the butterfly bank at the lower Coleford playing field for a number of years, clearing the bank and carrying out summer maintenance as well, to encourage wildflowers to grow there, and therefore to support more insects, butterflies, bees and so on. Recently we've moved into a phase of getting grant money to increase the wildflowers that are growing there, and we hope to carry on with that. It's a good opportunity for people to do a bit of practical conservation work, really. And one thing we would like to do, apart from working on that site, is to work on other projects, like people perhaps wanting to rewild parts of their gardens.
Right, well, I'm Tina and I'm the chairman now for the Flower and Craft Show. This is an event that happens every year. We, as you can see from the photos, and it's an event that's been going for over 120 odd years.
123rd
we are. We're on our 123rd. I'm not that old either. What we do is we try and encourage people to grow things, do craft things, put flower displays together, and then they bring them in. We have judging. Is
it done here?
Yes, it is done up here at the Legion. So our date this year is the 13th of August, and then they all get judged, and we have about 40 cups to give out. Some of the children get a cash prize as well as a trophy. Everyone gets a first, second or third prize certificate, or a highly commended. And then
I doubt it.
And like I said, at the end of the show, and then once everybody's taken everything, if there is anything left or anybody wants to, we can auction off fruit, veg, cakes. If they don't want to take it home, we have a little auction on those things at the end as well.
Yeah, so First Coleford Scout Group is an organisation within the village. We currently support over 50 kids within the village, aging from 6 until 14. So they're basically Beavers is 6 to 8, and also it's great because it's boys and girls. We're not just an exclusive male organisation like we were 30 years ago. And then we've got the Cubs, which are aged 8 to 10, and then the Scouts, which are 10 to 14. We've got a number of activities ongoing. We go camping, we are out in the woods, we support other organisations. We have been doing recently, we've been planting wild flowers on the verges. It's a really good organisation. It's really cheap. It works out, I think, at less than £2.50 a week for your kids to come and get outside again. We're always looking for volunteers, any ages. We've got spaces open on our committee at the minute, and we've got spaces open for just occasional supporters and full leaders. Also, if you want to come along just for a couple of evenings a month just to support the group, any help is always appreciated, and we're always looking for new members.
Children Fund, which has been going for some years, based on the Halford family who sadly lost their son Ben through brain cancer at an early age. And they found an awful lot of shortcomings in the informal side of medicine in terms of support for the kids and support for the parents as well. And so they set the fund up some years ago, and a lot of us have joined in, very happy to join in, at various levels of running in particular. And the mantra that we work on is it's not the finishing time, it's the finishing line. It's just being involved and putting in a couple of miles, 13 miles, whatever anybody feels like. And it's enjoyable. and from my point of view, it keeps me going, which is all very helpful.
Cam Valley, we have a map over there. This is our area. You're actually just out of our area, but only by the hill. And we look over and we are surveying the wildlife in the Cam Valley area, which is the watershed for the Cam Brook and the Wellow Brook. So that area, and we're hoping to get lots more members to come and join us and take part in helping to survey the countryside and also to look after it. We look after the Guzzard Batch, which is owned by Wessex Water. That's the only area that we actually have a contract to manage. So that's Guzzard Batch. We're doing a lot of surveys up at Hayden Batch at the moment, which the local council just bought. Gary here looks after the barn owls, so I'll let him talk.
Talk about barn owls.
Basically, I'm barn owl conservation officer. I've got over 200 boxes up in the Cam Valley area. Basically, job is to basically go around, monitor the boxes, just find out whether they're being used or not, and then if they're being used, I can mark down on a sheet that they're occupied, and then 6-7 weeks later, then go back and then go up and see if they have bred and how many chicks we've got. Then that is all wrote down, and then it is sent into the BTO and everything, where you get a monitor from everybody basically over the country.
Are you affiliated with, say, Somerset Wildlife Trust?
Yeah.
And outreach relations?
I'm Somerset Wildlife, Cam Valley, Hawk and Owl Trust, basically a lot of them.
The parish council here to see if we can get some new councillors, because we've got a vacancy at the moment. Also promoting the fact that we've got Speedwatch started up, and we want to get more people on board so that it's less onerous task for everyone. So there's only like half an hour sessions down at Stockhill or Rope Walk. Small amount of training to do, but all the equipment's provided, and we want to share that load. We've also got allotments, new allotments over next to Vobster Quay, which we want to promote. We've got quite a few that have taken up the offer already, but yeah, if you're interested, then you can get in touch with the parish council and tell you more about it, and how much it will be.
Basically, we're about it's a community thing. Putting on, quiz nights, local events, that sort of thing.
Main aim to raise enough money for a village day next year.
That's what the aim is, to put a village day on next year, hopefully.
Okay. Is it I've heard about music festival or sort of?
It's primarily going to be a
music weekend, or?
Yeah, that's what we're aiming for, is a music weekend. But we'll see how things go. We may be able to have small stalls as well as maybe make it like a sort of mini village day. Mini festival, yeah. That is the plan. We're almost there, but we still need some more money, for the marquee, the band hire, and obviously insurances and all that.
Okay. How can people join in?
They can basically get on our page, can't they?
Yeah, we've got a CROCKS Facebook page. We do most of our stuff through Facebook, and local advertising. Put posters up on what events on.
Okay.
Yeah. Most of it's done through
40 swing night as well.
Yeah, our next event coming up is a quiz night down at the hub. I think we've only got 3 tables left, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've only got 3 tables left, and that's fully booked out.
Is the competition really good? Because I'm quite good myself.
Yeah.
And what's the prize I'll be taking?
Oh, it'll be wine. It'll be something alcoholic.
Depending on how good you really are.
And then the next one after that is the Terry Hill Big Band, which we're holding at the Legion, which I think is going to be a good night.
So it's kind of lots of events to go to and that sort of thing. You do bike night as well.
Yeah, I do the bike. It's nothing to do with the CROCKS. That's one of my other sort of sidelines. The Smash and Dash Bike Club. I hold meetings down at the King's Head on a Tuesday fortnightly.
I know it well. I live on Church Street.
Knit and Natter has been in existence. I have been in it for 18 years. I've been organising it for about the last 10 years. And we meet every Friday in Douglas Heath's Court at 2 to 4. We do our own projects and we also knit for charity. We donate our hats and scarves to Julian House, a local charity. We have a doll here competition that's dressed and we're going to give the proceeds of that to the Coleford Food Bank. But we're a lovely group of people. We have good fun and enjoy ourselves, and we then distribute our work either to charities or for our own use. And basically that's Coleford Knit and Natter. A friendly group, and we don't take things too seriously. Do you want to say anything, Michelle?
No, I think you said it all, Geraldine.
We only started recently with it, and well, as you can see on the table, we've got some good things that have come out of it, and well, I'm quite impressed with it. And it didn't take long to pick up, but there are places where you can get the needles. The trouble is you can't get the patterns. We got this book online, and well, once you pick it up, it's very good. But I also do like knitting as well, and I'll give any handicraft a go, you know.
We're at Coleford Church and we do services on Sunday, services on Wednesday, 9:30 on Sunday, 10:30 on Wednesday. We hold coffee mornings every other week, mainly for the community. Every 2 weeks it is coffee and cake. Weeks in between it is lunch and bingo. So if anyone wants to come along, we'll be more than welcome.
We're also part of a benefice. We're part of Holcombe. Clarissa is our vicar, and we have a church at Holcombe and one at Kilmiston. So we have the three areas that Clarissa has to minister.
Lenny, I've trying to set up this group to concentrate on climate change and the environment, and trying to look at how we can change things ourselves when mostly we feel quite helpless about these situations because it's too big outside our ability to deal with. But they have discovered that little things that we can do make a difference, and hopefully one of these days we'll get a really good group going in the village that will be spreading the action that we can take. I have the leaflets. I have a leaflet here saying, what can I do about the destruction of biodiversity, mass extinction of species and the rising temperature of the world? And so there's just this whole list of small things that we possibly could do. And then as a group, I would like us to think about energy, how we could perhaps in groups get solar panels at a cheaper rate on people's houses.
Community
Yes, community groups doing these things, and long term would like to aim at doing trying to get funding for energy for the whole village.
Another bit of cake.
You don't always need everything that's on there anyway, do you?
Started about 15 years ago. We had been having an exercise group in the hall, but funding stopped for that after 2 years. So we thought, well, we meet every Thursday morning at 10:30. We can't not exercise, we'll go for a walk. And it's carried on from there. We don't walk quite as far as we used to, getting older. And we're incredibly informal. I might arrive with a plan A and then change to plan B, plan C as the day goes on. But we try to make it interesting. We don't just tramp out and back. We look at things of interest, point out things of interest to new people, and try to keep the footpaths open.
I mean, there are also nice places to walk around here.
Oh, absolutely beautiful, yes, and plenty of walks. And different scenery. I mean, we used to think we'll take in a bit of quarry, a bit of hill, a bit of... There are lots of hills, that's the trouble. But it makes for much more interesting walk, yes.